If you can start a rumor about yourself, what would it be?
You know what it would be.
Give it to me.
You know what it would be.
What's one thing you know about me that others would be surprised to learn about?
I don't think people understand how you are.
Yes, it's crazy you say that.
That's irresponsible.
It happens. So you got diabetes, right? And they telling you to cut back on your salt, your sugars, change your diet up.
Well, called Keep It a Buck. I got in trouble for my boy sitting over here when I told...
You're talking about 0.01% of people who get
y'all just ordered it. Faith works before proof exists.
Some things I can't just sit here and say, I'm going to just pray about it and even God.
Faith without works is dead. Yeah, Keep It a Buck. We back again. It's your man, Mr. Six Jarvis.
And it's your boy, J.E.
Yes, and we back again. Go ahead and fire us up, big dog. Pause. I don't know if that was a pause, but it just
started off like that.
No, it just sounded like I needed to do that. It sounded like I needed to do that.
Cautionary.
Safe. Gotta be safe.
All right, let's get into this one today with the J.E. Keep It a Buck Q&A.
Yay.
All right. If you can start a rumor about yourself, what would it be?
You know what it would be.
Give it to me.
You know what it would be. I'm not even going to do it.
You have to.
You know what it would be.
Talk to me.
I got that work. What you mean?
You got that
what you mean? I mean,
elaborate. You got that work.
Honest. I got to be honest.
Hold on.
That ain't a rumor. But I'm just saying. That's the truth. But listen.
Be detailed in what it is.
Oh, no, just kidding. I would, for real. If I had to start a rumor, it would be, dog, it's so much disloyalty nowadays that I would just have to be like he is. I have to say a rumor that's going to like help me out. Like it's like he's a loyal guy. It's not that it's a lie. It's just that I want to make sure you know, and you ain't gotta vet me at all. Like he's a loyal person. Period.
Was that what you meant when I first asked that?
No.
Sounded like you was drifting a little bit.
I did, but rumor is like,
Come on, bro.
Got that word. You know what I mean? But nah.
That word.
John,
what that word mean? I'm curious. You got that word. What you saying?
I already got in trouble for like...
We're called Keep It a Buck. You giving me the short answer, bro.
I got in trouble for my boy sitting over here when I told, who I clapped cheeks with. But bro, I would say I'm loyal. I'm a loyal guy. That way you ain't got to figure it out. You ain't got to, guess or whatever. That's what I would let that be known.
It went from I got that work to I'm a loyal guy. All right. All right. Question number 2. What's one thing you know about me that others would be surprised to learn about?
That's different. That's different. One thing about Jay that other people would be surprised to know about, and this is no disrespect, I don't think people understand how intelligent you are. I think people who know you know it, but people who know you from ball, they probably give you the same stigma that they give all the ball players. Like, he's just a ball player, but nah, my dog is like extremely intelligent. You know what I'm saying? My dog know what he talking about. It's thorough. It's thought of days, weeks before it's said. Like, it's vetted. It's processed. Some things eliminated. Like, my dog is very tactical. So, nah, I would say that.
Okay.
For the general population, the family, I'm sure back home, they know. They know what the deal is.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Don't have me acting all light-skinned already on the show. Don't do that. Don't start the show off like that.
I start squinting like, all right.
Crazy. Okay. If you could have a deep conversation with any historical figure or fictional character,
it's tough.
Who would it be?
It's tough. That's tough. I feel like that might be the most hypothetical question I've been asked like ever. Like it's like, who would you work with or who would you like have a conversation with?
Right. And it's pretty broad too.
It is.
It's a lot to pick from.
Like half my life revolves around football, so with the football aspect of things, I just want to sit down and have a talk with Barry Sanders. I just want to talk.
The greatest.
I don't think it's even close. I'm sorry. And I'm a Florida fan. I'm an Emmett fan. What's up, deuce? But that 20, like, I just need to know. I need to know how you stayed the way you stayed, like humble and you know, removed of arrogance, knowing you were that good at what you did. Like him playing football is like, you know, it's like Serena playing tennis. It's like, you know, you're that good. And it's like, I just want to know. We just had this talk about like musicians, like when Jay-Z, when Michael Jackson, when them guys get in the booth, like how you just got in the booth and just started being that doggone good, man? Like, did you know it? Like you knew it, right. You know? And I just want to know. But then on the flip end of that, when it comes to like, you know, entertainment and just being a good person, I got to talk to Bernie Mac. I got to talk to the Mac man. That humor is second to none.
Mac hell, boy.
His mechanisms, dog, it's different. Like, how did you do that? How did you know that this worked? You know what I'm saying? I know you tried it out and stuff, but how you just that unapologetically yourself and it just works that good? Like, I got to talk to the Mac man. So it'd be between those two. For sure.
Good answer. What futuristic invention do you wish existed right now? Got him.
Teleportation. Teleportation. Close these airports. Close the Atlanta airport. Let's get rid of Uber. Let's get rid of, let's get rid of JetBlue. Let's get rid of all this. Let's get rid of everything. Just teleport, bro. I want to go somewhere.
So you can be there right there. Walking about.
I don't know if that's the look that you're going to give when you...
Quantum physics.
I want to go, I want to take me and my family, I want to go to Paris. The kids get out of school on Friday. I get off work at 5 o'clock. As soon as I'm done with work at 5 o'clock, right there, we in Paris.
That's so deep.
Whatever I'm touching comes with me. Bring my clothes, but you have to pay the same rates, but you just teleport. Like, you got to pay that same price.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if it costs $2,000 to do it.
It might be more expensive to teleport.
I mean, I'm sure it would be.
I can get there in a matter of seconds?
That's actually, I didn't think about that. I ain't think about that.
That price tag going up.
I ain't think about that. Ooh.
You paying $300 to $400 for a good little flight to get from
Vegas.
Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
North New Jersey. 2-hour trip. That's
I ain't
2
think
hours.
about that.
That's $300-$400 for 2 hours.
What'd you think of 2 hours?
Seconds.
Seconds. I'm talking about.
That thing might start at 2 bands, boy. Get there in seconds.
And would you do that? Would you do that? Would you pay 2 bands to teleport?
Yes. Depending.
2 bands to teleport over $400 to go home to New Jersey.
Hold on. Yes. So let's say like to fly to Dubai or something like that, right? I could only imagine it's 17, 18 hours, right? Probably further than that, right?
Right.
I can get there in seconds. I'm paying $2,000 for it. For sure.
Opposed to like what?
Opposed to, I mean, even at a flight like that, you're looking at over $1,000 easy. You get what I'm saying? To fly international. Yeah.
What if flying normally or traveling normally is 20% of what teleportation would be. So if you paying a band, you know what I'm saying, to fly to Dubai, would you pay $5,000 to teleport?
Yes.
Wow. I mean,
yes.
Wow.
Yes. Now that's traveling for something that takes me hours to get to. Sure. Now if we talking about 2 hours that I'm paying $400-$300, yeah. I mean,
I'm with that because
I can save on that. But I'm talking about long trips that's 15 hours plus, 10 hours plus. I can get there in seconds.
Okay,
it's worth the extra $1 to me.
And it's like a luxury experience.
I can get to London in seconds and really be there from 8 a.m. You see what I'm saying? And get the whole day.
Right there, dog. I'm talking about you get off work, out of school, but you can eat dinner in the U.S., dog. Eat dinner in your house. And then...
But you talk about there and back, though. Not just there. You talk about teleporting near. $5,000 that it cost me a second to get to Dubai. Right? And a second to get back to where I'm at and be back with the family.
Oh, I'm not coming back till 7 o'clock Monday morning.
Sign me up.
7 o'clock Monday morning, so I'm coming back.
Sign me up.
Y'all boys got to go to school. We get ready in Dubai. Boys got to go out of there. That's crazy.
We're no longer catching a red eye. I can really say, hey, I'm going to leave at 6, get there at 6:01. I'm back at the crib driving back home.
Nah, 6:01. You leave at 6, you get there at 6.
That's true.
You get there at
I was
6.
trying to spare time of like getting to the
you get there. I'm talking about it's
that quick.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's what I do. Teleportation. Facts.
All right, last question I got for you.
Let's do it.
Have you ever had any paranormal or unexplainable experiences? What's T?
Wow. Paranormal. Wow.
Yeah.
Unexplainable.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe in that? First of all, I'm asking the question. Do you believe in like ghosts, spirits?
Ghost spirits, no. I mean, spirits, yes. I mean, I believe in the Holy Spirit. I do, but I don't believe in interactive spirits based on like I don't believe in spirits tapping me on my shoulder, or ghosts. Excuse me. I don't believe in like ghosts being right here. I do believe that there's spirits here for sure. I just don't believe in like, I don't believe we live amongst like actual ghosts, like this is their home. I believe your spirits travel with you. People who are not here no more. Your mother is a spirit around you, near you, in you. And, like Jarvis is a spirit around near in me. I believe that. But I just don't believe in like, like ghosts that are, I just don't. And I don't knock anything that anybody believes, first off, ever. So if you believe in ghosts, cool. Keep believing in them, please. I probably want to talk to you about it. But just my perspective is I just don't believe it.
So do you believe in demonic spirit? Because I guess
spirits,
people,
yes.
You might not believe in a ghost per se,
yes,
but
I do believe in spirits.
Correlated to a demonic spirit.
Yes, I do.
Now, do you believe demonic spirits can be physical? Because you just said you don't think it can touch and do things. So you think it's more of something you can't see but feel in a way?
I believe I can feel it internally, but I don't believe it will touch me or touch. I don't believe in that. And here's the thing. I am clearly not even remotely educated enough to know know about experiences where it would or could touch me or has it touched somebody else before or whatever. If you told me it touched you before, you're not going to get a reaction out of me to go, oh my God, now I believe it. I'm just going to be like, all right, cool, that's what's up. And I'm not going to be like, no, I don't believe in it. Like I'm not going to be like, no, you're a liar. I'm just going to be like, that's what's up. Like people can believe in what they believe in, but I just don't believe it'll touch. But I do believe in spirits, having that feeling, that aura, that around.
So it sounds like you don't think the spirit alone can do something, but can possibly use someone to do something physical.
Yes. I believe in yes, 100%.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like the spirit alone. I don't
believe in the spirit just sitting here with me and being like,
you feel something.
Oh my God, he touched me. Oh, no, I don't believe that. I'm so sorry. I feel like I yell it. But yeah, I don't believe in that. That's just not happening. I'm sorry. And if it does, like I said, to people, live your life, big guy or big girl. Live your life. Okay. Yeah. But so as far as paranormal activity, when I was younger, hold on.
Stop. Anytime somebody start a story
when
they was younger.
Man, look at it. I might need to reevaluate what I believe in. Man, we was in 3rd grade. Miss Abbott. Shout out to Miss Abbott, man. No, I mean Miss Felder, excuse me. Miss Felder. She read us a story of Blackbeard. This scary pirate, dog. I'm like, man, I'm cool. I ain't worried about none of that. I go home. We sleep. Something, I just couldn't sleep. And so I remember like trying to sneak and turn on the TV. And I go to turn on the TV. And when I tell you, the TV wouldn't cut on. Now mind you, it might have been unplugged. I don't know. But the TV for one time would not cut on. And then when it didn't cut on, I saw this flickering light outside the window. I go to see this flickering light, and behind me, a light turns on in my mama's hallway. Small house, and we're like super small, but the light cuts on. So I look at the light behind me. When I tell you I go out there, it's only me, my sister, and my mom and my dad. When I tell you everybody was asleep, I don't know how this light turned on. I don't know what happened. When I tell you I turned that light off, and all I could see, you know how you turn the light on, it's bright or whatever, and then you cut it off, you see, you know, the remnants of the light.
Right.
I saw Blackbeard, bro. I thought I did anyway. When I tell you I thought I saw Black, bro, when I tell you I cried, I cried until it was daytime, dog. I cried, dog. I was so scared, dog. I thought Blackbeard was in my house.
No.
The light cut on. I don't know how it cut on. It was a flickering light outside. I'm sure it was a street light, but and then like I couldn't explain, dog. Everybody was asleep, and I was like, I just heard Blackbeard today. It was Blackbeard, bro. I'm telling you, to this day, Blackbeard came to see me, dog. So I might believe it.
Reading up on it.
I might need to reevaluate that.
I don't got no crazy story of something I can say I saw that was like, wow. You get what I'm saying? Paranormal. Right. But I remember my freshman year at UF, bro. The timing was just impeccable. Okay? So, of course, this is the first time I'm on my own. Just left New Jersey, right? You know, my mom passed a few years ago before I left and whatnot. And in a weird way in our dorms, because we stayed in new dorms, I used to always feel like I can feel somebody breathing on me. Like you could hear, sound kind of weird. But of course, you got the vent, so I'm like, it sound weird. I used to feel this little, feel it breathing. And I remember waking up randomly, track me. I woke up randomly at 3:01, right? Because I always wake up and look at my alarm clock because I was always fearing that I oversleep. So I woke up, I looked at my alarm clock, it was 3:01. Went back to sleep, had a dream, right? In this dream, it was like I was about to get drafted. You get what I'm saying? Like everything was going right. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm living a dream. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in my dream, I was like going to Dallas or something. It was something crazy. We was about to have a draft party, family getting together. And at the end of the dream, I saw like my mom taking her last breath. You get what I'm saying? Now, it was trauma a little bit behind that because that was something I visually saw that somehow, some way came into the dream. I wake up at 5:11, right? I wake up in a panic. Once again, looked at the clock. It didn't dawn on me yet what was going on. Let's go back to those times. I woke up at 3:01. March 1st is my mother's birthday. Went back to sleep. Had the dream. I was getting drafted. And that's when my mother, at the end of the dream, woke up at 5:11. May 11th is the day my mom passed. When I tell you I freaked out that morning, bro, like damn near had a panic attack of just the timing of that. And I don't know why I thought about her birthday and the day she died, but it was kind of like the beginning and the end within that split second, and it fucked me up, bro.
That would have had me.
Yeah, that messed me up. I didn't do nothing that was out of whack.
That would have had me.
Out of whack, bro. Yeah, that was
how long you like I won't say not suffered, but how long you thought about that? Like right after that, like how long did that mess with your head?
Oh, for a while. For a while. Like that was probably the first stage of something of, okay, what's going on? This ain't normal. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you having dreams, you're seeing stuff. Like, is this the beginning of therapy? You get what I'm saying? Is this some other trauma? But once again, I witnessed that as a 13-year-old kid. You get what I'm saying? I saw that. So you start to think things you might have physically saw that somehow, some way end up in your dream. But the timing of it was crazy. How I wake up at 3:01 on the dot and 5:11 on the dot. Not a minute later. Like, those are the perfect times.
Do you see those times on the clock and still?
Every now and then. I mean, it's rare. You see what I'm saying? But I don't know. It's something weird with me and times and birthday. Like I
do have you know what's crazy? Not even go more into it, but I do have a friend that was killed in a car accident. I want to say in 2015, 16. And she used to always post 12:34 on her page, on her Twitter and on her Facebook all the time. 12:34, 12:34. When I tell you I catch 12:34 about a good 7 to 8 times a week, I always catch 12:34. Subconscious, I'm talking about it'll be on the phone, on the stove clock, it could be on the microwave, it could be in a car. I always catch 12:34. Good person, man. She was a good girl, man. I always caught that, and I always thought that was, different. I always look for stuff in that too. Like if something, is something trying to tell me something, you know what I mean? But nah, that's wild. That's wild. Paranormal stuff. Yeah. You good?
I'm great.
That was a great segment. That was a good one. So let's get into it. Subject for the day. having faith during these transitions, manifesting your own goodwill, manifesting good things to happen to yourself, speaking positively in regards to the switches that you make, the changes that you make for the better, knowing when they're good, knowing when they're not good but still necessary. It's important, dog, to manifest good things. You know what I'm saying? Like to really speak them into existence. These words have power. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Words have a lot of power. We don't, a lot of us take them for granted. We don't understand it, but these words have power, but they lead to ultimately the belief that we have. Not necessarily what we go through, but they lead to the belief that we have. What's your experience on, manifest? Did you manifest your career? Did you manifest anything that was positive in your life, and how'd you do it?
Yes. It's crazy you say that. Like, I remember at 9 years old, my first goal when I started playing football, of course, like any kid, was to play in the NFL, right? You get what I'm saying? You play in the sport, and that's something I always wanted to do. But I wouldn't necessarily say I manifested at that time, or I spoke it into existence. It was just kind of like a dream. You get what I'm saying? Oh, I'd love to do this. You get what I'm saying? To any kid. But I want to say in college, probably that junior year, you get what I'm saying, to my senior year was when it started to like make sense. Like, oh, I can really do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? I might have a real chance at, making it and actually accomplish it. And I'm one of those, it shouldn't take that it can really happen to change the way you think about it. You should kind of believe it, trust the process. But for me, I also knew that you're talking about 0.01% of people who get the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So part of that logic was only 300 some people going to get drafted. You get what I'm saying? Only a certain amount of free agents is going to get this opportunity. But yeah, I would say that was definitely the first one that I was kind of like, hey, this is really what I want to do, and kind of saw it through.
Somebody going to do it. At some point, somebody going to, all the stuff that, like the small percentage or whatever, somebody going to win the lottery. You know what I'm saying? Somebody going to the league, somebody doing this like kind of, who say that? Russ Westbrook? Like, why not me? Mm-hmm. Why not me? You know what I'm saying? And I just know, like, faith works, before proof exists. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to have an abundance of belief, right? And sometimes you don't have to have it. Sometimes it just happens. You know what I'm saying? But I personally believe if you aren't manifesting it, somebody else is. Let me put it in a
Go ahead.
Take us there. Let me put it in a southern way. Somebody grandmama praying for me. You know what I'm saying?
Prayer warriors.
Somebody mama praying for me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sometimes I'm like, Lord, I don't even know. I don't even understand like what did I deserve this? I'm
a big believer in that though.
No, easy.
I'm a big believer in that, because I know I come from a praying family.
Facts.
Prayed up, probably too prayed up at times, to where it's like, all right,
too prayed up. God bless. Y'all just stop. Y'all chill.
Listen to me. Look, I come from a family where Jesus is the answer to everything. You sprain your knee, Jesus. You sprain your knee, Jesus. You get hurt, Jesus. They don't believe in therapy now. You get what I'm saying? Jesus is the all and be all. I love me, Jesus, but I'm telling you, I'm telling you. Other things don't exist. They're going to pray about it. Short story. Hold on, bro. I swear to God. My dad, a pastor. I remember my freshman year at UF, bro. I tore my MCL. That's how deep into the ministry up there. I called my dad. I'm freaking out. I never had no real injury before. You know what I mean? I tore my MCL. That's funny. Called my dad. I gave him the news. And the way I kind of gave him the news, I gave him the news with me thinking that this is going to break my pop's heart. Like, this is going to tear him down. Like, this is my first real injury. So I said, hey, Pop, got some bad news. He like, what is it? Said, in practice today, I tore my MCL. You know what my dad's response was?
What was that?
Son, I'm going to send this prayer through the phone. We're going to pray about this one.
Boy, that Joe, you sure they ain't got no family?
And I'm like, this. Me at the time, I'm like 18, 19. I'm like, bro, pray at the answer right now, Pop.
I need a new
hop on the flight, bro. Like, come spend some time with your boy. I'm down and out. Like, and this man, I'm really getting treatment, and he's like praying, and I'm just so turned off. Like, Pop, you ain't getting it, bro. Like, he said you gonna send this prayer through the phone. Like, you gonna pray me through this one? Dog. I'm all for prayer. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like, be a pops, like. Fly out here or show, be like, damn, I didn't expect that. Like, right. What can I do? Hey, man, I'm going to try to look to get if I can. And I think Pops was retired at the time, too. It's like, bro, Come out here. You said, I'm down
retired
now.
at what? Retired pastor?
No, retired from work.
Oh, from work. Okay.
He wasn't working at this time.
Right.
But he just was like, I'm gonna send this prayer through the phone. I don't think he understood. Like,
I need a new ligament.
I am down. On top of that, I have a cast from the hip to the ankle.
Your mind is gone.
I'm in a terrible place. I'm in a dark place. I
can see what young folks. I can see what young folks are not looking at prayer like that. You know what I'm saying? I tore my ACL May 10th, 2005. You know when you say a date, it means something to me. May 10th, 2005.
You still got trauma from that ACL.
I'm telling you, dog. I tore my ACL, dog, when I tell you my mama found, you know, speaking on faith and manifesting, my mama found in research, don't know nothing about nothing medical. Right. Researched and found a doctor, Dr. Donald Shelbourne in Indianapolis, Indiana. He was the team doctor for the Colts at one point, also for IUPUI. Researched and found him. He did an innovative surgery where you take the ACL from the other side, the other knee. Right. You break down both knees, build them up the same. I flew out there, got the surgery, tore a piece of my patella tendon after the surgery. You know, rehabbed even longer, even more. But it ended up working out so perfect and so good, I ended up coming back in like 3.5, 4 months.
That quick?
I got May 10th, 2005, I had the surgery. I played against Spruce Creek High School. I don't know, remember the day, it was September. It was homecoming. I was homecoming king.
You played the same year.
I played the exact same year I tore my ACL. It's on camera. You go look at it, go look at the numbers, the stats. Here's the thing. My mind was ready to ball out like normal. My legs were not. My legs were shot. So I was frustrated. My mama told me it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I don't trust nothing. I'm praying for you. Mama, what are we talking about? Okay. I can't move. My mind done made all these tackles. My legs are literally letting people go. I'm talking about, you know, what's the bull thing, you know, when they be just letting people go. I'm letting people go. The next game we played Deltona High School. I get in the fourth quarter and the same thing happens. I make one tackle, lucky, right, and it's just bad. It's just so bad. I'm praying for you. And mind you, I done spoke in church growing up and everything. I'm just
cut from that cloth.
I'm cut from that cloth. You know what I'm saying? And I believe, but I'm just like, I need a new ACL. I need legs right now.
Right. I need limbs.
On my father, the very next game we played D-Land High School. We were ranked number 10 in the state of Florida. D-Land was ranked number 5 in the state of Florida. Bro, I made 3 out of the first 4 tackles of that game. I finished with 11 tackles and 2 sacks, and we won the district 10-7. 7-3, excuse me. We won 7-3. We won our district championship. And it took 2 weeks for me to get into it, but I wasn't believing. I'm like, dog, how I go from can't move, I'm in the game and people are passing me, dog. People are running by me. I'm a linebacker. People are running by me. I can't do nothing. Yeah. The second game, a little better, but it's everybody running by me. That third game, it was nothing. Every game after that, I had 10 plus tackles. Every single game after that, up until the second game of the playoffs when we played Winter Park in Orlando. But my point is, dog, I did the same thing as a kid. You're like, you hear them prayers stuff. You're like, what are you talking about? But that's the ultimate manifesting, though. When somebody praying for you, for real, it's a power that you can't understand. We talked about it. 100%. Leaning not on your own understanding, dog. It's a power that you just can't. You're supposed to. We are not able to process the responsibility that it takes to run manifestation. Right. We can't understand it for our own good. Right. We'll spin our wheels trying to understand it too much. Right. Instead of living and reaping the benefits.
You know, I think the issue is not to shift too much.
Now go ahead.
Because I feel like the extreme prayer warriors, and when I say extreme, like my family will be considered extreme, like they're extreme.
Right.
And my dad is extremeness. And when I call those people, like, well, what was extreme? Like one of those, you know how some people got diabetes, right? And they tell you need to cut back on your salt, your sugars, change your diet up. And an extremist is like, I'm going to pray about this one. I'm going to bind this diabetic spirit up. You get what I'm saying? And God got me. And it's kind of like God done spoke to so many people to tell you, you got a disease. You got something going on with your health that you need to change. And they feel like, I'm going to still take that salt. Right? I'm not cutting back on my sugars. I'm going to still have the sweet tea. I'm still going to Popeyes. Still going to eat fast food because I'm going to pray about it. And it's like...
That's not how that works.
Hey, at what point is it like you're going to reflect and say, you know what? some things I can't just sit here and say, I'm going to just pray about it and leave in God's hands. Sometimes God leave it up to us. It's in our hands sometimes.
That's irresponsible.
It happens.
Faith without works is dead.
Come on. I see it happen all the time.
Dog, a lot of people be having faith and be thinking faith is just all you got to have. No, faith without work is that, bro. If you got the diabetes, stop eating sugar, bro. Period. It's like stop eating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let whatever happen after that. We try to find the answers too much.
Right.
In manifesting, I do believe, and we talk about, I do believe in searching for understanding for what we can bear.
Right.
But like the ultimate understanding, it's not meant for us to understand everything. It's meant for us to just have that faith manifest, because we'll stress ourselves out so much.
No,
it's almost like looking out for us. You know, when you manifest and have faith in your transition in your life, it's for you. It's for us,
right?
You know,
but it go hand in hand, because you also talk about manifesting and also putting the work in. For example, I can't pray to become the fastest guy in the world. I can't like pray.
I've done it.
You've never done that.
I've tried to pray to become the strongest guy, not the fastest. But I prayed to become fast. I prayed for running 4.4.
No, hear me out though. You pray, but I know for a fact you didn't pray and not train and condition for a 4.4. You get what I'm saying? You just was, let's call it what it is, a 4.8. 4.8 guy. That's just what you were.
4.75.
4.8 lazy. Okay. 4.7 hand time.
4.8.
Some guys, no matter how hard you pray, some guys are just 4.7 and 4.8 guys. You're just not going to be a fast guy, and that's fine. And that's even what you putting the work in.
That's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. But you can't just sit here and say, I'm gonna pray and don't do no physical activity or nothing outside the prayer, and it's gonna work for me just like that. I don't believe in that.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Let me say this, and then we'll wrap it up real quick. I want to look at y'all. We do this in our old episodes when we talk to our guests. We let our guests talk. I'm gonna do this for about 30 seconds, and we're gonna wrap up like the subject that we have. Trust the process of what you're doing in your transition, right? Trust everything that is right in your transition. If you don't know what's right, go back to the basics, all right? Faith without works is truly dead for real. Faith with works, that's when you hear the impossible happens, right? These things, these supernatural things start to happen. And really all it is, you know, preparation meeting opportunity. So I just want to encourage people that, you know, silence in your transition does not necessarily mean that there's no work being done. Sometimes silence is necessary because there's too much commotion. There's too many voices. There's too much, turmoil right now. And a lot of times we find out in the world there's just so much going on that we can't focus. Focus is the one thing that gets manifesting to start working. So if focus requires silence sometimes, you got to get quiet, you got to get dark, you got to get underneath, and you got to get spiritual, and you have to get to a point where you're really speaking what you feel and what you believe into the world, manifesting. All right, we all good, dog. Talk to me. This is a good one.
That's a good one.
This is a good one. I rock with that one. We could have went. We could.
You could have went a whole another 30 minutes on that.
Facts. I'm Josh. I mean, I'm not Josh. I'm Jarvis. Jesus, that's Josh. But
and I'm Josh.
Yeah, man, we out, man. Buck was kept.
Tap in.
Yo.
Hey, it's your host, Josh Evans, man, and I appreciate everybody who's been tuning in with us at the Keep It a Buck podcast with Josh and Jarvis, man. Make sure y'all do one thing for me. Like, comment, subscribe to our channels, man, and lock in for the latest.